What's up, guys and gals? It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys the latest chapter live reaction for Kengan Omega. Kengan Omega, chapter 237 live reaction. And this might be out a little later, guys. I spent 3 hours that I don't have time for trying to fix my webcam, trying to fix my HD camera and stuff. And I think hopefully I finally figured out the solution. But without further ado, let's just jump into the live reaction, because I'm hoping we're going to get a lot of details on, does Nogi have some secret fighter? Like, does he have a plan here or something? I assume this is going to be mostly a discussion chapter. Not really a whole lot's going to go on, but the information, the aftermath of what happened in 236 is going to be just really interesting. We can talk about it, right? Also, I am planning a video, since I'm getting a lot of controversy over my opinion on why Shen is so strong, and I literally chalk it up to 100% being principles. So I am planning also on making a video when I find the time, hopefully by next week, talking about why Shen is just a tier above all the characters we've ever met in Kengan, and how people can get into that tier. Not necessarily stronger than Shen, but just get in his realm, get in his bracket. So look forward to that video. I am planning on getting down to that on the weekend. So anyways, without further ado, I wasted enough for your guys' time and mine, and my camera wasted 3 hours today. So let's get underway here. Chapter 237, entitled Hopeless. Alright, let's get underway here. So oh, we still got the worm. We're dealing with the, like I said, we were gonna do the aftermath, but they're actually walking out to the chopper. Get to the chopper. Yeah, I am not. So many people, friends and family and stuff, can do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. I can't really. I'll admit it. I'm not very good at it. It's because my voice is so nasally. I'm sure that's probably part of the reason. Anyways, so let's see, we got Shen here. So the four of them are walking out, the random bodyguard, Yan, Luhan, and Shen. So you came here by chopper, huh? Well, I took the bus. Yeah, with Joe. With Joe, Jackie. You know. You can go back on that bus, man. You can change all this. You can be like, look, I might be able to take out a military by myself, but I don't really want to. I'd rather drink beer and watch Kengan matches with my bro. So like he's my bra. He's my bro. He's everything in between. Like, you have that option. You really don't need to tell, because the moment, this is something that I saw discussed, I think, on a shit post, but it's actually relevant. If Shen just literally went up to Yan and went, yeah, here's the thing. Like, our whole plan is great and all, but I don't really need you anymore, because now I got Joe and I'm fine doing this shit. So holding the world hostage and all this shit, I'm not really that interested anymore. Like, he can change his mind, literally. I mean, that would just be character development, if anything else. But yeah. So, how come you're looking so smug? Is that supposed to be a flex? I mean, oh, because he's like, you guys got here by a chopper? Yeah. I took the bus. And Yan's like, okay, we show up in a Lamborghini, and you're like, I drive a Honda Civic, motherfucker. You know? And he's like, why are you talking? I don't like Yan. I don't like his design, his attitude, or any of his goals. But what I do appreciate about Yan is his calling out Shen on just being totally disconnected to some basic shit all the time. It is a funny dynamic between them. Let's see. So Shen says, I don't think we've met before, have we? No, we haven't. Oh, the goggles come off and you have white eyes, gray eyes, something. Fu Zan. My name's Fu, a direct subordinate of the head. Well, we sort of assumed that, but okay. You remember that one guy called Tenjin? No, I don't. You know, the guy you met at the fishing pond. At the fishing pond. Was that one of the dudes with the... Was that one of the guys with the white worm tattoo or whatever? The guy who went after Mikuzuchi and fodderized him? Is that guy? Okay, yeah, so he's trash. Like, I love that everyone's hyping up Yan. Like, Tiger Nico, sure. And Shen, absolutely. But everyone's hyping up, like, Luhan and Yan and like this guy and stuff. They're hyping them up as though they're like, oh well, these guys are the closest to Shen. Not even, you know, Kuroki or Agito can defeat Yan. And I'm like, we haven't seen that. We don't know that. Like, yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying Yan's fodder. I'm just saying that, like, we have no indication of that. And now, if this guy's who I think he is, a clone of that, Mikazuchi kicked his ass. So, you know. So Shen says, oh yeah, I remember him. You don't remember him, do you? Alright, calling him out. Well, Fu was his original. Okay, this is the original. So we'll assume he's a little stronger. I'm truly sorry that my copy turned out so useless. So we're talking like the same copies, like the Edward Wu copy sort of idea. Oh, I mean, okay, fair enough, fair enough. And there's Shen Luhan. Okay, everybody, why don't we pick this up after we're airborne? Alright, so Luhan's gonna leave in his shiny suit. It looks like the pests are starting to swarm us. Not that they're even capable of arresting us, but we'd rather avoid the hassle, right? Oh yeah, we see, alright, there's by a bunch of cops, SWAT, everyone coming in there. Not that they're capable of arresting us. I don't know. I mean, we know that they can dodge bullets, but can they dodge a missile? Like right now, if they were just to, you know, like an explosion of, let's say, like a couple kilometer radius. You know what I'm saying? Like, can they dodge that? I mean, it's Kengan, but I'm just saying, like, there is a point where it's like, oh yeah, like, doesn't matter how many cops. Yeah, well, what about cops with a rocket launcher? Let's go that way, you know? But yeah. Oh, that reminds me, Luhan. Oh yeah, it's the first time these two are actually sort of interacting, isn't it? It's the first time these guys are interacting. Okay. Alright, cool. And oh! Shen looks serious. He just... boom, baby! What? Why? Okay, clearly Luhan did something that Shen is not happy with. That's a full page shot. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Full page art of just slam, baby. And boom. Remember, this guy is also, just so we're clear, this guy is a clone. Right? This guy is one of the clones. We assume a clone. Well, everyone has assumed that Luhan is the same from the connector of Oma, and Ryuki is Shen's clone. That's why Oma's not him, sort of idea, right? So they're both the connectors, but Shen, well, Jackie is the better connector, right? Okay, but what the fuck? Infighting already? And he couldn't do shit. So everyone who immediately, like, yes, it was one of those, I guess, a sucker punch, a cheap shot sort of idea, a first strike, but still, Luhan clearly took it and slam right into a lamppost slam. Oh shit. That's for showing hostility towards Narashima Goji. Because Joji got... Wait, when did Luhan ever say shit to Joji? I mean, kudos to Shen for Jackie, for saying, the bromance is still alive. The bromance is still hot. We're still cooking. So don't you fucking talk shit about Joji, my drinking buddy Joe. I'll kill you. I mean, he might have just killed him for that. That's for showing hostility. But when the fuck did they interact? I don't remember Luhan saying everything. I mean, if this wasn't a live reaction, if this was a review, I'd probably go back. But I'll check the chapter later. What the fuck did he say? Did he mention, like, everyone here is a loser or something? And Shen heard that? Is that what it, like, in all his speeches? Because he had a lot of dialogue. He was a big that's all, folks. He was a big talker. So did he say something along the lines of, like, everybody here is trash or losers or fodder or something, or weak or something like that? And he took that as, well, Joji's here, and he's not what you said, so that's the disrespect. I'm going to have to go back and check the dialogue on that one. Ever since Luhan showed up. So, let's see. Oh, and he's angry. Look at Jackie. Don't let it happen again. Show my friends the respect they deserve. This chapter's already great. Jackie is still pissed off that he's got to... I don't know why he thinks he's got to do this. It's like, can't you just go back and be like, yeah, no, I'm done with the worm. I'm done with this shit. Let's keep watching matches together, Joe. I don't get why he won't do that, but still. Yeah. Shen, I mean, sucker punch, yeah, but I mean, would it have mattered if he said, I'm going to hit you now? Really? Show my friends the respect they deserve. He still considers Joji a friend? Yeah, Jackie, let's go. Yan, aren't you going a bit overboard? I mean, he's your own clone. Oh? So he is a clone of Shen? Wait a minute. And the helicopter's taking off? So wouldn't that be self-harm in a way? You really got to be nicer to yourself. I mean, in a roundabout, that's like one of those internet things. It's like, wouldn't that technically be like, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, but you're the one hitting me. Like, wouldn't that be a form, like, that would be a form of suicide. Like if Jeff Dunham killed, like, he's like, if he would like to kill me. I remember that from the Jeff Dunham show. He was like, he wants to murder one of his puppets, but he's like, yes, but if you did that, we're like one of your many personalities, so that would be a form of suicide. You know, so yeah, all right, we're taking the piss out of it. All right, cool. Hey, don't twist this around on me, says Jackie. You know as well as I do that that's not me. Oh. So he said he's your clone, but he's like, wait a minute now. And wait, did they fucking leave him? The helicopter took off, and he's still laying there. Is he dead? Is he fucking dead? Luhan's laying there. Womp, womp, womp. Oh, really? Womp, womp, womp. I mean, what? But he looks fucked up. He's fucked up. He stood no chance. I mean, so he's not a clone. So Luhan and I assume Oma are from the same connector, but Ryuki and Shen are from the same one, and they're separate. Okay. And just now I realized I had my notebook and pen and tick tester from work all sitting over there, because when I came down to fix the camera hours ago after coming home from work and getting some stuff done, I realized that I had put that stuff down there and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so, yeah, paused the video, took that out of the way. Anyways, we're gonna continue the live reaction, but yeah, you know, it's a live reaction. I'm not gonna, you know, erase it and pretend to do it again. It's an editing error. It happens. What have you? It's not like it ruins the whole reaction. You're paying attention to my beautiful bearded face and Yoshi, right? That's what you guys are paying attention to, right? Obviously. So, anyways, going down through. The next day, we're at a mansion, and oh, it must be Katahara Matsudo's. Yeah. Okay. Keep reading. Answers will be there. All right. Katahara Matsudo's mansion. Unbelievable. 2 fangs of Matsudo defeated with a single blow. Oh, it's our 4th fang. It's Omari? Is that how you say his name? Is that how it is? Omari? Omari's pissed. The 6th, the 6th and the 8th fangs. Or it's the 7th and the 8th, right? Technically? No, wait. The 7th was... No, it's the 7th and the 8th. 7th and the 8th? 6th and the 8th. Yeah. Monkey Boy was 7th. Yeah, so it was the 6th. Yeah. Okay. Either way, doesn't matter. Point is that, yeah, it was Misasa and Takayama. And they were both got their ass kicked. Sadly, that's just how it happened. Alright, so that just being confronted, and then, yeah, Omari. Not Omari, Omori. Right, my bad. I'm very bad with remembering a lot of names, and especially when they're not common names. I mean, I'd probably be better. That's why I was so good at Seven Deadly Sins. They were very English names. So when I get all the, other names and stuff from different languages and stuff, I'm very bad at remembering names. It's like when I'm watching a telenovela with my wife and stuff. I'm like, Giselle, whoever, and stuff like that, because I'm not around so many Spanish-speaking people all the time, right? So I have trouble with remembering those names. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, so he's pissed off, the fourth Fang. I should have been there by the Master's side. Remember, he's the one who he beat the shit out of Agito and got his ass beat too to knock him into high gear to be able to defeat Hatsumi, by the way. Because anybody who argues that Hatsumi wouldn't have beaten the Fang before Omari had done what he did is just on, I don't know what you're on. Or was that before Gao Lang? Either way, it doesn't matter. Point is that, yeah, he kicked him into the high gear. And, I mean, he was still standing and smoking a cigar and just like, yeah, well, I got some bruises and stuff, but I can fight Agito. So, I would argue that, honestly, Omori is still the strongest Fang we've seen next to Agito. I still think Agito's stronger. I think Omori is still like an S tier. I still think he can go toe-to-toe with Agito and give him a rough fucking time. More so than Misasa or Takayama or any of the other Fangs we've seen. I think he's still the second strongest Fang in the series. Even though he's getting older, I still think he's the strongest. Or second strongest, I should say. That's just how it is, sir. I like the respect. The Master ordered you to direct the security outside the venue, remember? Oh, so he was out there with Mutaba. Who even Mutaba went? Nope. Besides, you being there wouldn't have made a difference. I guarantee it. Oh, for Misasa? Man, I mean, once again, Misasa's pretty good. So, was he that powerful? Yeah, so powerful, I can't even guess how powerful he is. We're not doubting how strong you are, Omari. But it's not about that. Alright, let's go. He's just going to basically be like, principles, man. This man has principles. And none of our strength matters if we don't have that shit. It's no different than having the Inception of Intent or fucking, what was it called? The Advanced Foresight. I always forget. Prediction, whatever. I always forget. Inception, prediction, whatever. If you don't have those things, you can't be a top tier. Because you need them. Because without them, you can't hit top tiers. It doesn't work that way. So you sort of need that shit. So he's fundamentally... Oh, this is a nice panel. Or page. It's a whole fucking page. He's fundamentally different from us. And just the aura coming off of him. It's not a matter of winning or not. We're hopeless against him. Damn, okay, let's go. I mean, not wrong. Once again, I'm not against when I had my conversations in the comment section last time. I'm just saying that the moment you unlock principles is what's separating. As I said, I'm going to make another video about this anyway, but principles is the deciding factor. Without it, you can't do it. Okay? It's sort of like having Super Saiyan. No matter how powerful a Saiyan you are, if you can't go Super Saiyan, it doesn't matter if you're up against fucking Goten or Trunks. As a child, if they go Super Saiyan, they are kicking the shit out of any non-Super Saiyan. They just are. The power gap is too great. It's just a level that just puts you up top. Now, granted, and yeah, you can argue Broly, but Broly already was going some pseudo Super Saiyan shit, so never mind. But point is that that's basically what principle. Before it was like the Inception of Intent and stuff like that. Now and that Advanced Foresight and whatever. Now it's principles. Principles is the next level. Principles is that thing that characters are gonna have to reach to be able to actually be able to fight this guy. Maybe not win, but be actually able to fight him and just not lose. And why didn't Mukaku have it? Well, he was a little too much on the schemes and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my long and short on that one. But I'll be making a whole video about that anyways. So, because I really do think it's the only thing that's the deciding factor. So, the Yamashita Corporation. All right, we're jumping scenes again. We're setting up a meeting with government officials tonight. Okay. Oh, Nogi and Idematsu. So this is a rare situation where we can't negotiate at our own discretion after all. Yeah, we have to get the government to allow us to hold this Kengan match. And then, of course, Yamagohan has to be part of this because he's Yamagoddamn Gohan. And we'd really like you to join us, Kazurino. Alright, though I'm really curious about who these government officials are. Of course, he's nervous as always. Like, the Prime Minister's not going to be there, is he? Ah, come on, take it easy. Okay, so the Prime Minister's definitely going to be there. Alright, I love that everyone perceives Yama as the guy, as the GOAT, as the man. And he is. He truly is. It's just, he has never, to this day, seen himself that way. He does not. He's definitely advanced and become a veteran, a seasoned veteran as a Kengan Association member, but he's still him, and I think we love him for that. So yeah, but assuming we go through with this match, all right, let's get down to business. Yeah, that leaves the matter of the rules. Okay, we're talking someone who took out 84 security guards, including 2 Fangs of Matsudo and the Cure clan, without giving them a chance to fight back. I can't imagine that the rest of them would have been able to lay a single finger on him either. He's just too far off the scale. Who's going to beat him in a one-on-one match? Alright, let's get down to business. Alright. Mindset. Check it. Let's see. Are they actually going to discuss what are their choices? Who do they have lined up? What's the potential? Who are our potential options? Let's see. I still can't believe that Jackie was the connector all along. Yeah, poor Yamagohan. He was having friends, right? And we have Rin, and there is, of course, Oma's future wife, Kaede. Our candidates are Kano Agito. Wait, I mean, alright. I'm going to read the list first. Arashiyama Jiroto and Roland Donaire from Purgatory. You mean the... Okay. Once again, Ryan wasn't listed, but... You're listing the same people that... Yan literally told you... It won't matter. Like... maybe you think if you had Cure Ryan here... Or Roland Donaire... Or the 5th Fang Kano Agito himself... It wouldn't matter. This guy is beyond that. Like, it would matter to defeat the rest of them. You take Jackie out of the equation, you bring that lineup, they're destroying Yan. I'm sorry. Yan and his bodyguard and Luan are not standing up to 3 Fangs of Matsudo. Or, well, there's 4 there, technically. So, you got 4 Fangs, including Agito. You got friggin' Oma there. You got Ryan. You got... Yeah, no. Like, the rest of the worm is getting destroyed. You have this lineup. But Jackie makes it all irrelevant. We know this, but it's hilarious. So their lineup of top tier candidates are people that will not win. Hey, so I got a question. All right, the connector's in Tokyo as we speak, right? So can't they send a SWAT team or the SDF to kill him? I mean, once again, I said drop a missile on him. Not likely, said Nogi. The government wouldn't sanction that. Yeah, this country's really touchy about things like this. They wouldn't sanction any gunfights in the urban area. And if we did that, it'd mean an all-out war against the worm and the death dealers. Who knows how many deaths that would cause. Yeah, alright, so they take out the connector by underhanded means. It's going to start a full-on war with the worm and the death dealers, and all the countries of the world don't want to deal with that. Not to mention that there are people in the government opposed to a Kengan match, says Nogi. There seems to be a small but loud minority of Cretans who think we should negotiate with the worm and death dealers to earn goodwill with other nations. Goodwill, yeah, they want to take the deal, because to them they have no hand over Ryuki and Oma. We'll have peace and we're all good. To them, like to the government, it's 2 individuals versus nations, right? The idea is that if we accept their demands, it'll put a stop to their acts of destruction. We've already seen opinions saying that we should agree to one of their terms. Yeah, because the only reason that the worm has been stopped is due to the Death Dealer's involvement. But the Death Dealers are actually a part of the worm, so if we reject both of them, the one counterforce they had is going to, from a government, it sounds callous, but that's what you'd want to have people voting, right? You'd want people to vote like that. Specifically handing over Tokita Oma and Gao Ryuki. These ignoramuses are taking the hard line. Ignoramus. Haven't heard the term ignoramus. And I never knew that ignoramus was spelled ignoramuses. I understood, like, muses. Oh, well. Anyways, I know it's pronounced ignoramus, but that's a fun word. Like, you're an ignoramus. Like, that's just like, what? Am I insulted? I think I'm insulted. Yeah, nobody uses that word anymore. Are taking the hardline stance that we would negotiate with the worm and hand the two of them over in exchange for a temporary peace. Yeah, this is where Yamagohan comes to shine. That's insane. We have no guarantee that they'll uphold their end of the bargain. Actually, they don't. That's true. If you give them over, they're holding all the cards. We have something they want. We give it to them. Then there's nothing stopping them from doing anything anyways. I'll never agree to that. You go, Yamagohan. You do your shit. I refuse to hand them over. Let's go. Okay, so now we're at a... Man, this feels like a long-ass chapter. So now we're at a McDonald's sort of... Or, well, a diner called Real Hot. Do you think they're brothers? They gotta be twins. Alright, who are they? Oh, Ryuki and Oma meeting up. Okay. So you met the connector. Yeah. What was he like? Did he look like us? I don't know. Thing is, I've met him before. But he was like, oh man, that's a scary ass looking of Jackie. That's a panel. But he was like a whole other person. I couldn't even afford to pay attention to his appearance. Pathetic, isn't it? I chickened out. Can't believe there are guys out there like him. He says this, alright, Oma calling himself out, but also basically doing it with a smile on his face, like, pretty pathetic. He showed up, I didn't even lift a finger. I didn't do shit. I knew I couldn't do anything to him. Can't believe there's guys like that out there. Then why are you smiling? Is my question. Because he's like, there's another level to reach, baby, and we're gonna go Super Saiyan 2. Like, if our S tier were Super Saiyans, it's time to unlock. It's time for Cell to step on a ginger's head. Because we need Super Saiyan 2. We need lightning and even spikier hair to do this shit. Let's go, right? Almost just happy about the idea of getting that powerful. It was a first for me. For the first time in my life, my belief in my martial arts was shaken. Alright. Actually, this brings up a good point. Oma's basically like, yeah, because throughout the entire story, even if Oma was battered and beaten and couldn't win, he never thought that he couldn't win. He went into fights with the sole belief, like, he never ran away from a fight because he knew he couldn't win. He always jumped in, going like, yeah, maybe he is stronger, maybe I'll die. All I can is, do my best with my Nico style, right? Like, that was always his thing. He's like, he never got his ass beat to the point. I mean, and he died. This is a man who literally died believing in his martial arts and still died with a smile on his face. I mean, yeah, he came back, but still. And then after that, he was like, yeah, he's always going up against top tier opponents and fighting them to the death. Yeah, and maybe he's scared, but he always is like standing firm and facing it. For the first time in his life, he's like, my Nico style can't do, like, nothing I do. There's no point in even looking at him because I know I'm not going to be able to do anything. So my belief in my martial arts, this is actually good character development in a sense for Oma to be like, yeah, all right, he actually got shook. But oh, this is a nice panel, just Oma's face, like, yeah, still smiling. I think that real martial arts should be able to compete with guys like him. I can't stop thinking about how I can beat him. Okay, so this man, he's like, he saw the connector. He saw this man and went, I'm out of my league. I am out of my league times 2. What am I going to do about this? I could sit at home and cry. I could try. Or I could recognize that if he can do it, why the fuck can't I get to that level? My Nico style is got to just get even better. This man is like, clearly I've not been practicing. What does Kuroki Gensei always said? He has always said, like, I am still green, my martial arts, true martial arts. His journey to find pure, real, true martial arts. And he's still on that journey, as we know. He's still under that waterfall. I, Kuroki Gensei, am still so green. Oma has finally recognized he's not on the top. The pillar, the tower is still higher. And he gotta climb. Let's go. This man, our main character, ain't about to give up. No. Let's go. See, this is what we want about main characters. A guy who recognizes, no different than, it sort of reminded me of Ichigo a little bit here. Ichigo, Yoa Sakura, Kenshin, some of the best MCs. Some of the best MCs in Shonen. They do this same thing. They have this journey. They are overwhelmed by someone else's power and realize, I've been coasting. I've been thinking that no matter the situation, I'll be able to get out of it on my own strength. You know, with my guts and my will and my Nico style, my power. But none of that matters to a dude on this level. So let's go back to basics and let's build it back up. Obviously, real martial arts, the pinnacle, the true martial arts, should be able to compete with this guy. So let's go. So what does he need Ryuki for then? Do you think you have a chance? Says Ryuki. Not yet. Alright, Oma admits it. Nope, I don't. But look, listen to him. Listen to that cockiness. That's the Oma we know and love. Not yet. I can't fight him yet. That's why I chickened out. But maybe tomorrow. You know, like. But no one's invincible. There's got to be a way to beat him. Alright, so we got the characters talking. So that's your idea of martial arts. You're pretty strong. Yeah, I got to give my master credit for it, though. Yeah, Nico was a dude. I'm going to fight too, says Ryuki. And for the first time in my life, it'll be of my own will. Okay, so even though I think Ryuki's sort of meh as far as a character, good for Ryuki to finally say, you know what, I haven't been ready to fight, but you're right. We got to figure out the mystery, the end to the madness and stuff. And you know what? I'm going to fight too. We can beat him, Oma. Yeah. Alright, so these two are actually on the same page for once. Very interesting. Very odd, but interesting. So the Bilton Hotel. It's funny, I was just reading the latest chapter of The Breaker Eternal Force. And they had one of the girls had a Puma hat on and they called it Puma or something like that. It's just like, okay, now we're being blatant. The Clinton Hotel. Okay, so Bill Clinton, it's a fine day to come to my hotel. You know, he goes, oh, maybe I'm Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did, however, go to eBay.com where I found so many great deals. Anybody remember? Oh man, I'm too old. Anybody remember LimeWire and Kaza? We used to download a file, think you were getting the latest movie or song, and there would just be the audio clip of that shit before we started getting the recognize the size of the file and realize like a 34 kilobyte file was not an entire movie, you know. Yeah, I'm reminiscing. I'm too old. Top floor, Royal Suite. Room the whole floor. Okay, what? Oh, it's the worm. Oh, so they're staying in a luxury hotel. And they're, oh, hey, can I help you? There's Yan, the bodyguard. There's Shannon. He's here. Y'all called me crazy, but the beard is here, and you know, he has principles, and yeah, I'm totally, that video's fucking getting made now. That video's getting made now because I'm actually sort of upset that I didn't make... I already had this video idea before this chapter. I gotta make this video now because I need people to understand that outside of a factor that none of us, we might theorize about it, but none of us have any proof other than a fourth factor in the series that we have not been told about. Principles is what is separating Shen from a dude like this, from the Devil Lance. That's it. There's nothing else that's actually separating this man from going toe-to-toe with the Connector, okay? And stop with the 1,000 years of experience shit, please, people. Stop with that. Alan Wu had 1,300 years experience. What happened to him? Okay? And I'll make that point in my video. But yeah, I'll make that point because, yeah, I'm sick and tired of the whole, well, it's not just that, 1,000 years experience, 1,000 years experience. Yeah, all the fucking Wu Clan people have had thousands of years because they're all doing that heist-sing fucking shit, just like the Connector. Shen's not actually 1,000 years old. Okay? So he doesn't actually have 1,000 years. He has that heist-sing shit, or whatever it is. So, whatever it's called. So, it's not actually 1,000 years experience. Yes, it improves them, but as we already saw, what happened to old Alan in Purgatory, who has more than 1,000 years? Does anybody need reminding of that brutal-ass panel? When it was, get the fuck out of my way with your 1,400 years of experience. I'm the original Wu. I'm so badass. I have, centuries of martial arts behind me. Rip. Out of my fucking way. Right? So, Kuroki Gensai, the Devil Lance, is here. He's even here in his gorgeous black gi. And he says, okay, I didn't even expect that. He says, I challenge you. End of... Now, that is how you end a motherfucking chapter. Let's go. Okay. So this is already one of the single greatest chapters in Omega, period. Because the beard has had enough. The beard is done. 237 chapters was 237 too long for people to be praising this guy. He had to show up and say, have you all forgotten that I am here? Like, the Escanor of fucking of Kengan just showed up and just, who decided Shen was the best? Who decided that? Like, he literally is showing up. Like, it's like a fan love letter here is what Sandro's doing right now. He's like, yeah, I know. Like, Kuroki fans have been pissed off and stuff, and I've been hyping up the Connector for hundreds of, like, dozens and dozens of chapters and stuff, and it's like, finally, he's like, yeah, okay, I finally have to bring in the OG, the GOAT, and I have to bring him in. It's basically right now, I'm going to do a sportsman. Now, I know most of you are nerds and you don't watch, and stuff, and I'm a nerd too, but I'm also a sports fan. So this is basically like when everybody hyped up LeBron James, blah, 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 and finally we had the GOAT argument, and fucking everyone was like, what about Mike? And it's sort of like, yeah. So Sandro, unlike, because it was impossible back then, you can't do that. It's eras. But let's go. We're basically being like, yeah, okay. The OG is coming in to say, yeah, did you all forget who was the original GOAT? Alright? Like, let's talk. I challenge you. And this man. Kuroki didn't just go up here without principles, with no prayer. And I know for a fact, I'm going to go on Reddit and Discords and stuff, and people are going to be, they're going to be already making the memes. I'm sure. And I am sick and tired of this meme, guys. That whole, that Gojo one. Nah, I'd win shit. I am so sick. That editing thing. I almost have to delete, like, everything off my phone to get away from that shit. Like, it's just, it's not funny. It was funny for 3 days. It's been 3 weeks. Would you guys leave it the fuck alone? Like, Christ. And other series getting involved in it at this point. Like, it's baffling. But I'm sure there's already a meme of that and stuff like that. And I'm sure so many people are saying, yeah, Kuroki ain't him. Kuroki ain't him. Well, Kuroki was him way longer than Shen was. Alright? Kuroki was that guy for an entire manga. Plus, was still that guy for a good chunk of this stuff. So, you know, Kuroki's still there, man. The Devil Lance is going to prove that he's no longer green. He's going to prove that he has reached that pinnacle, and he's probably... Now, we actually need to talk about, man, this reaction is going to be long as shit. Okay. Man, I got so much shit here running through my brain. I got so much I want to talk about. So much how I want you to convince you guys that Kuroki Gensai is not about to get washed. Kuroki Gensai is not about to... And I'll even get... you know what? I'll extend an olive branch. He's not going to win. I don't know what's going to happen, but he's not going to win. And he may lose. But here's what I'm thinking. The man discovered, under that waterfall, the man has figured out principles. He discovered principles. Now, you can disagree with me. I'll make that video later. Just leave your comments for that video, okay? But I think principles is the difference. I think it's the key factor changing guys like Agito, Oma, Ryan, all these guys from being below Shen's tier and getting into that realm, into that tier. I think it's the one thing it's the gateway. It's the gate. It's the roadblock. And when you bash through it, you get into that atmosphere. You get into that next level, right? I think that's what it is. You guys can disagree. That's fine. But assuming I'm right, I know it's a crazy thought, but let's assume I'm right for a second. Kuroki gained principles, and now he just wants to test them out. So he challenges him, not in a Kengan match, not a fight to the death. He challenges him to a sparring match where he gets to test out his strength against the guy that no one can touch. Just to see what is the gap of power remaining. What am I, Kuroki Gensai, lacking? Am I still green? Right? Will Shen accept? Maybe not. This could be the ultimate cuckold of we're finally going to get the two strongest. And I'm sorry, guys. Edward ain't better than Kuroki. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way. But Kuroki is definitely the top. Then we got the connector. So, will he actually accept the challenge? Or is this a big-ass cuckold from Sandra? No idea. But, yeah, I think Kuroki has discovered principles at this point, and he's here to go test them out. I don't think Kuroki dies. I don't think anybody wins, loses. I think it's one of those things, they spar off, we see that Shen actually has to fight, and then maybe both walk away with an injury or two. Nothing like fatal or permanent. But they both walk away with injuries, and then that's it. It's either something interrupts them, they call it off or whatever, and then Kuroki walks away with, no, I probably would have lost or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying Kuroki just shows up and defeats Shen. That would be bad writing. Even if it was the highest diff fight we've ever seen in manga history. But I still think Kuroki goes up there and showcases, you ain't the only one in your tier, bitch. You know, like, that's what I'm hoping for. I want the respect on the name. If not, then man, I don't know what the point of doing this then is. Because if we're going to go out on a limb and say that even the beard is going to go up against Shen and just no chance, then who's left? There is literally nobody left. And without a significant... And Kuroki is the only one I can believe that naturally got principles at this point in time in the manga. I'm sure Oma will eventually get them. I wouldn't, like, Waka and a bunch of A-tiers, Gao Lang and Ryan and Agito and all these guys, Roland, I'm sure they'll all gain principles by the end of the series, sure. But at this point, he's the only one. So outside it, so if he doesn't have it at this point, then who's supposed to get it? And from who? And with what bullshit plot armor? If Kuroki, the man who has constantly been training, unlike every other character, he's the one who's constantly not thought of himself as the best, who has never slacked off and constantly made himself better for it. He's the only hope. Unironically, the title is called Hopeless. Not with that last panel, it ain't. I'm just saying. And once again, I don't think Kuroki beats Shen right now. I don't think that happens. Because I think that Kuroki dying right now is bad writing. I think that Kuroki defeating Shen right now is bad writing. I think both those outcomes are bad. So I don't think either outcome is going to happen. Do I think Kuroki's going to potentially lose? Sure. But he's going to damage Shen. He's going to shut up everyone going. He's going to get watched. He's got no chance, blah, blah, blah. And he's also going to get rid of the this idea that principles is not the key difference, is not the key factor. Which, I don't know what series you've been reading and think that there is anything else. Shen is not an alien. He's not a Saiyan. He's still human. So no matter how dense his bones are or how tightly fibered his muscles are, and they're probably at the peak, the pinnacle, 110% of perfect human conditioning. But it's still human-based. There's still that ceiling. And even if you argue he broke through it by the 10% or whatever, he's still not, the man's not going to punch a nuke and survive, right? He's still human in that regard, even though we up the ante with it, right? So, yeah. I really do think that that's the case. This is going to be an hour-long reaction unless I end it right now, and now we're just getting into theory territory. But what a chapter. One of the best chapters I've read since Oma's return into the series. I cried at that. I'm just so happy at this one. I might cry happy tears after I hit stop record. I mean, I don't think you guys want to see a grown man cry. I mean, I'm sure you don't. But anyways, this has been a roller coaster of a chapter. I love, like, everything about it. Yamagohan standing up and stuff. Oma being like, yeah, I can't do any shit to this guy now, but that doesn't mean I can't get better. Like, let's go. Let's get that motivation. It's time for Bankai training. Let's do it. And then we have Kuroki Gensai showing up at the end, the beard, just to prove everybody wrong, all those naysayers wrong. And then we also have Jackie up there being like, Luhan, you talk about my beer buddy again, I will kill you. He already left them behind and broke his entire side of one face with one hit. And he's like, don't ever disrespect Joji again. He's my guy. So every part of this chapter has something great in it. Something fantastic. So what a chapter. I'm so glad I got my camera working because I was nearly giving up. I was going to do an audio-only recording. I really was. I'm so glad that didn't happen. I'm so glad I didn't read the chapter on my break. Not that I had a long enough break today. That's the only reason, actually. I forgot that it was going to be an important chapter, and it obviously was, and I thought about reading it on my break, but I didn't have time after eating and stuff. I got phone calls and stuff, so I forgot about the chapter until I got home, and I said, oh, I'm already home, I don't have to read the chapter. I'm like, oh yeah, I should react to this one. So I guess things happen for a reason, and boom, we had what a great chapter. 50 minutes of reaction. It better be a goddamn good chapter. So let's go, people. What a chapter. I'm gonna lose my voice after this. Alright. So thanks guys for watching. Yada yada yada. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sure you guys are gonna love this chapter like I did. Do I spoil the thumbnail though? Do I put Kuroki in the thumbnail? Probably gonna have to. Okay, anyways, that's it for me, guys. I've wasted enough of your guys' time. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. We'll see you guys back here next time. Have a good one. Sayonara, everybody.